Hey everybody, welcome to Mommy Geeks Out and welcome to the MS Diaries. I think this might be episode 10, maybe. I'm really bad at keeping track of what episode we're up to. So I wanted to give you the update on what's going on for those of you who don't come visit daily at the live streams, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Here on this channel. So I wanted to give you an update on what's going on with the MS and my Lemtrada infusions. So I just had my MRIs redone of my brain, my cervical spine, and my thoracic spine, and I'm very happy to report that there are no new lesions. So since my Lemtrada infusion a year ago, there has been no new disease activity showing on my MRIs. So that's the one thing that Lemtrada, pretty much promised, and so it totally delivered on that, and I'm really excited about that, obviously. If you follow me, I don't know, anywhere, you know, though, that this year, this first infusion year has been kind of an up and down roller coaster for me, as far as how I've been feeling. For a while, it seemed like I was really improving and like I was actually having some symptom relief. My walking seemed to have improved, but that was kind of short-lived. And then when winter came around, then I started to feel, and then by February, the fatigue just became overwhelming. And February, March, April were horrible for me fatigue-wise. And I just felt all of my symptoms that are always with me just felt just heightened. And I was worried that I was, moving into having an attack or a flare. And then in the middle of all that, I went to my MS specialist when I had been going to the Judith Jaffe MS Center at Cornell. And my doctor there, when I sat down with her to say, okay, I'm ready to what do we need to do to schedule my second round of Lemtrada, she informed me that she is no longer advocating that her patients do the second round of Lemtrada. That was a huge curveball to me because she was the one who encouraged me to go on this treatment, and but she really didn't have another plan for me. And her explanation was, well, we already rebooted your immune system, so why would we do it again? And I was like, I don't know. I just know that that's, how the clinical trials were done. That's how the FDA approved it. And seems to me that that's what we should do. But she was not for it. But she did not have any answers for me as far as, how I could feel better and what we should do if we saw disease activity on my MRIs. And I left that appointment I felt like somebody kicked me in the stomach. I felt like maybe she'd given up on me. It was very mentally and emotionally upsetting to me. I don't know what's going on over there. I think there is more to it, but I don't know. So I decided that it was time for me to seek care elsewhere. And so the folks on the Lemtrada Facebook group were really helpful. I kind of got home, I vented to them, and I was like, okay, I need recommendations for a doctor. I got a bunch of recommendations. Mount Sinai came very highly recommended, and the folks at Mount Sinai were amazing because normally it takes about 8 weeks to even get an appointment with an MS specialist, but they had an email address, so I emailed them my whole story of the situation that I was in. I'm 2 months from, time to get my next infusion, and now curveball, and I don't know what to do. And a very nice woman who works there called me because I had given them my number. She called me. She spoke to one of the doctors there who's like, let's get her in here. Let's fit her in. And I had an appointment in 2 weeks. I cannot say enough about the level of care. I've never had such a comprehensive neurological exam in my life. And I've had MS now for 6 years. I had tests I've never done before. I found out that I have permanent damage in my left eye that no one ever told me about. And I just, it was amazing. And she really knew what she was talking about. And she has a fellow that's with her this year studying, and he's just, his credentials are like Yale, Harvard, NIH grants. He was chief resident at Mount Sinai. Like, I just feel really good about this team, and everybody's like on the team. And they even said, like, with my MRIs, that they didn't show any new disease activity, but in comparison to my other MRIs, there were some differences, but they were done. These were done at Mount Sinai, and the other ones had been done at another facility. And so they have a neuroradiology specialist there, and they're going to have him take a look at my films and figure out, is this really, what are we looking at here? Are we looking at disease progression, or are we looking at just a difference in, the machines and the views, which is, really awesome. They also, so fatigue is my number one life destroyer, and I tell you, when I tell you, particularly February, March, and April, I spent so much time horizontal because I can't even sit up anymore because of the fatigue. And I have Provigil, Nuvigil, Adderall, and Ritalin are all things I have tried. And they all, because they're all like, well, some of them are amphetamines. They're speed, so they jack you up, but it always feels like I'm just stealing energy from tomorrow or stealing energy from later. And I don't like the way they make me feel. And they don't always even work. So then I end up, I still can't really move my body because it just feels like I'm stuck inside of a corpse. But now I'm all hyper and I'm having anxiety attacks and my heart is pounding. And so they suggested that I try an old school medicine that isn't, it's like everything with MS, it's off label, it's called Amantadine. It was a flu medicine that really didn't work as a flu medicine, but somewhere along the line, like everything for MS is nothing was ever meant to treat MS, but we're like, oh, let's try it on those people will do anything to get better, because we will, because this is not fun. So so Amantadine is you take it twice a day, and she said her thinking was, and I love like the way that they listened to me and sort of, and she said, it sounds like you're very sensitive to the stimulants in stimulant medications. And she said, so you might be the kind of person who would respond to Amantadine or Amantadine, I'm not sure which way you're supposed to say it, because it has a very mild stimulating effect, but it's something that you take twice a day, every day. And for some people, she has some people that it is worked wonders for, and then other people don't respond to it at all. But those must be the people who can take like 500 milligrams of Nuvigil a day and not have their brains explode. I take 150 milligram Nuvigil, and I just feel like I've got ants running around in my brain. And just like very hyper. And then I get nasty too. That's the other thing with the stimulant medications. Then I just, because I'm so hyper and like agitated, I get really nasty. And I don't like being nasty. And you know what? My family doesn't like it when I'm nasty either. So they were very happy that this medication would probably not cause nastiness. So this is day 4 of taking the Amantadine, and it's working. I'm a little fatigued today, but yesterday, first of all, it's very hot right now in New Jersey. It went from like, being 50 and 60 degrees to being 90 degrees like that, because that's how we do it in New Jersey. And I was outside all day yesterday in 90-degree humid heat up at the lake. So it's pretty normal for me to be fatigued on a day like this. Gracie and I are staying inside. I've got the air conditioning on, so it's like it's like a meat locker in here, but that helps me to stay functional. But I feel like doing things, and I feel okay. And I've done some things, like just noticing that I'm just, like, I don't feel like crazy hyper woman. I just, like, can empty the dishwasher and, you know, not have to sit down afterwards. Or, you know, I'm straightening up here and there, like, just little, like, puttery. I'm just being a person. And, I missed being a person so much. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but, it's been so hard. And, you know, I've always had faith that there is a reason for it. And I have such a tremendously strong, supportive family. And Gracie is amazing, guys. I mean, sometimes when people say, you know, there's always haters in the comments. When people make hateful comments about your child, like, you just always want to, like, rip their heads off. But, you know, I just want to grab these kids and go, you know what? You're not living her life. And how dare you judge her? Because you don't know how strong and wonderful and caring and compassionate my daughter is. And she's amazing because, you know, she has to live through this with me. And she's been going through this with me since she was 6 years old. And she's had a mommy who you don't know one day to the next which mommy you're going to get. The mommy who can do stuff, or the mommy that you have to take care of. You know, she's my rock. She's amazing. And Sweet Willie, God bless him. I mean, he does everything. I mean, the man works full time. He takes care of everything in the house. You know, he just makes it so that the energy that I have can be devoted to, you know, being with Gracie, to homeschooling with Gracie, and Gracie and I making videos together, because that brings me joy and it brings her joy. And he makes sure that that's possible. And so it's been really nice for the past few days to have like 4 days in a row where I wasn't flat on my back, Yogi Bo, or, you know, couch mommy, has been amazing. And it just makes me really happy for Gracie too. So I'm really excited. I hope it will last. I don't know. My infusions are scheduled for June 13th, 14th, and 15th. I will daily vlog them again, but then I'll upload that like at the end of the week. And I'm gonna like daily the whole week, even though on Thursday and Friday I won't be getting infused. I'll just give you updates on how I'm feeling. From what I've read, the second round is a little less hard on your body than the first round, but then we let the healing begin, and we see where it goes. So anyway, thank you so much for listening to me. Sorry I had a moment there. And, you know, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments. I'll try to help you or direct you to the right resources. If you're on Lemtrada, let me know how you're doing. If you're considering Lemtrada, there is a group on Facebook. Just search Lemtrada on Facebook and ask to join the group. It's extremely informative. There's people in there who were in the clinical trials, and so they've got, you know, 7+ years of experience of having gone through this treatment, and they keep me hopeful. And I have entirely too much blush on. I'm aware of that. I'm rocking my Swamp Queen palette from Graveyard Girl today. I did something a little different. I'm so in love with that. So anyway, please subscribe to this channel. I do a lot of variety of things on this channel. This channel is kind of a weird place where I just be me. I do makeup videos. I have a daily morning show where I put on my makeup and chat with a bunch of people. I do like geeky sci-fi unboxings, and I talk about MS. So, you know, and whatever else happens to be on my mind. So thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys again in a couple of weeks. My MS warriors out there, we'll be going on the Lemtrada journey together. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.